Good morning, YouTube. I'm gonna head up on some dirt while I still can. It's the middle of November here, so it won't be long before it's all under ice and snow. Well, this is kind of soupy. We've had some rain regularly, actually. It rained last night, as a matter of fact, overnight. So I ain't going for no speed records. I see the snow is on the edges there. So I don't know how far we're going to get before the middle of the road is kind of icy. Yeah, it's really slick. I'll tell you, I'm not so sure if this is much fun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn around, because if you look at that, and where I was really slick with that soupy mud layer on the surface, and now we got snow and possibly some ice as we climb. So yeah, doesn't make sense. Not for this guy. Yeah, that's a little bit too slick. It would be. So no way. We'll turn around and go somewhere else. Yeah, I guess I should have come up a week or two earlier. But I've been busy. Been busy physically and mentally. I'm trying to make a decision. Where we live, there's some... I have figured it to be a developer wants to buy up properties on our street, because our lots are much larger than city lots, and they're very deep. They're a third of an acre. So I think what they're trying to do is put together a nice large parcel and put up a condo development. Anyway, the bottom line is I've got to decide on whether to sell or not. We're happy where we are. We're fine. Now, of course, we have to recognize the neighborhood's going to change, right? And will we want to live in that neighborhood? Still, we're not that motivated to sell. We're not motivated actually at all, unless it weighs heavily in our favor. So I'm negotiating with them. I won't give you figures, but they made an offer about up to $200,000 above market for our home. And on the surface of it, you'd think that's pretty good, but the conditions was a possession date or completion date in the summer of 2023. So, I can't speculate that far in advance on the market, because our market is extremely volatile, and it has been a seller's market for quite a long time. So that would be a no deal for us. Even, though it's quite a bit above market, by the time that closing date arrives, it may be below market, the way it's been going here. Sometimes the house prices here go up by 25-30% in 1 year. So it's a killer. They upped their offer by $100,000. Now it's in the ballpark that could be acceptable, but their closing date, though they shortened it, is still too far out. It's still 1 year out. And I don't want to speculate 1 year out. So I'd be happy with 6 months. Anyway, if they agree to the adjustment to those terms, maybe we'll do it. Maybe not. One of the important things when you're selling is not to be desperate. We are not, so that is in our favor. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's been on my mind. I'm not stressing about it, but, doing some research, doing some thinking, type of thing. An ideal scenario, and what I would want out of this if I did sell, is to move up in style of home. Our home is very basic, very simple. So we would like a nicer home out of this in a better area, and ideally at least 100,000 cash in the bank as a profit. So we'll see. Well, after that soupy, slippery mess, it's nice to be on paved road. We'll go down here. It's a nice little rural route, nice and quiet, scenic. So we haven't had any snow in town yet, and this is a good thing. You never know at this time of year. Previous years, we've had snow in town by this date. Some previous years anyway. Gotta say, I love the way this 300L handles on roads like this and what I was on. This bike is so nimble, you know, it turns so easily. It just quickly falls into corners and recovers just as quick, you know. It really is exceptional in that regard. So apart from the suspension that I've talked about almost too much, the only thing I get bothered by is the noise, you know, the engine noise that I get. It's not the 5K rattle that everyone talks about. It's this constant, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's kind of like a chatter. It comes and goes, or at least gets louder and quieter. So that bothers me, but maybe it's just characteristic. I asked Honda about it, and they thought it was, yeah, you know, it's a little noisy, but it's probably okay. It's characteristic of the engine. I guess it's a wait and see approach, right? Wait and see, but don't wait beyond the warranty period. Yeah, this 300L, my goodness, it's if it wasn't for, you know, just a couple little things. Well, I guess suspension isn't little, but you know, it's okay for what they designed it for. But if you want a little bit more, you want a little better suspension. But other than that, this bike is really kind of like a perfect dual sport. It's so well balanced, you know, and the weight seems to be down low. It feels lighter weight than it is, even though you know, it's not like dirt bike light, but it's lighter than the 250 was. So yeah, I quite like it. It's got adequate power. I mean, we always want more, right? More power, more power. And the same, that applies to this bike. You could want more power, I guess, but you really don't need it. It's got enough. You know, when you twist the throttle, you're not waiting for it. And you don't have to get the revs way up there or anything to get the power. So, yeah, I quite like it. Yeah, it's a pretty cool bike. I would say if anyone's on the fence about it, don't be. Just go get one if you can find one. Everything's hard to get these days, eh? And what road is this? Stewart Road. Well, we'll pick the downhill direction. That'll lead to town, I would think. Well, this was a video about a lot of nothing, I guess. And I think that's about it. So I'm gonna head home here. Oh my goodness, look at that house, eh? Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna head home, and you guys, thanks for joining me. You take care, you ride safe, and have a blast.